Hello and welcome to From the Heart Friday, session 12. I'm Jessica Brigden of Jess B Creative Cardiology, and I want to thank you for joining me here. It's Friday afternoon. It's a beautiful September day here in upstate New York. Clear blue skies, and it's one of those days that I would just love to bottle up and release throughout the year. Hi Nancy, thanks for popping in. So I'm just getting started here today, and last week I had told you that coming up, my husband and I would be celebrating our 18th wedding anniversary, and that was this past Tuesday, so just a couple days ago. Hardly seems possible that it could be 18 years already, but I did pull out my wedding album, the little bit of it that's done, because it's actually that scrapbooking, those wedding photos, and making that album that really kind of got me into the whole paper crafting and kind of started my scrapbooking addiction and my addiction to pretty papers. So I'm going to show you some of that album, and then I'm going to show you the anniversary card that I made for my husband. I was playing with a few options last week, and it just didn't seem to work for me. It wasn't coming up with something that I really liked, and then I had I guess a brain flash on Tuesday, and my husband had gone to work for a little bit. He was going to come home, and we had dinner reservations, and he surprised me, and he came home early, and I was like, oh no, you can't be home early, I'm not done with your card yet. So anyways, I sent him to the other room. It was like, happy anniversary, honey, you shouldn't be here. But no, it came together. What I thought was a really cute card. It uses several different Stampin' Up sets, but I hope you like it too. So I will show you those things, and I just wanted to take a moment and remind everybody the holiday catalog has started. So ordering for that began on Wednesday. So you can get anything you want from that catalog now. And we also have the buy 3 get 1 free designer series paper sale going on. That is the papers from the annual catalog that are $11.50. And it does include the pressed petals specialty paper that's $14.50. And the cool thing about that is you can actually buy your 3. You can get 3 of the $11.50 papers and get the more expensive pressed petals for free. So that's a really cool thing. Also, getting closer and closer to earning the Stampin' Up's next incentive trip to Maui. I had a couple of awesome customer orders come in here. Last couple days I had a workshop yesterday afternoon, and so with those few orders I need about $1,700. So the number is getting lower. I want to thank everybody for your support and your well wishes and your anniversary wishes. I really appreciate it. I got tons of comments on the photo I posted because my husband actually made me a card too, which totally surprised me. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera here and show you some of those things. Wow, Nancy, you had your 48th. That is incredible. Oh my goodness. Okay, so flip the camera and do this. And monkey with my phone mount just a little bit here. So don't mind me. So what happened, we were in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina last week, kind of celebrating a little bit of an early anniversary, and it just so happened that our flight was scheduled to fly home on Sunday evening, about 6 o'clock, and that was good because while we were at the airport, we were watching the 5 o'clock news. Hi, Luann. So we were at the airport Sunday evening, getting ready for our flight, and on the 5 o'clock news, they announced that because of the hurricane coming up the East Coast, that Myrtle Beach was going to be under a mandatory evacuation as of noon on Monday. So we were getting out of there just in time. And in all of that, I thought I had packed my phone mount, but either I forgot it and left it at the condo, or I'm really hoping that somebody didn't just take it from my checked bag. I mean, that seems really unlikely. But anyways, everything is closed down there, so I can't call to find out if anybody's found my mount left in the room until they reopen this weekend. All right, so these are the cards. Check this out. This is the card that my hubby made me. I actually think he found the pieces, some leftover kit pieces that I had. But anyways, he put it together. He wrote a super cute message in there. And I was really touched that he used a homemade card for our anniversary and not just a store-bought one. I mean, of course, it's the message that really counts. And then this is the card that I gave to him, and I'm not sure if you can see on there, but I put Wink of Stella on the heart, and it's got some shimmer on that. So I was thinking with this, so I actually used for this, I used a Modern Heart stamp set, so that's where I got, of course, the heart from, and I did put a little, I stamped on the inside, I just love you. So I used Modern Heart. The True North sentiment came from the Sailing Home stamp set. And then Silhouette Scenes here, I used the girl, so that's me looking up at the stars and my husband with his telescope. So that was the concept behind that. Actually, cute little story when we were dating. I don't think we were engaged yet. But I remember I was driving home one night from work, and he was driving home from wherever he was, and I remember we talked when we each got home, and I said, oh my goodness, I saw a shooting star tonight. And he's like, what? Where was it? I saw one too. So anyways, it was cute. We decided that we had both seen the same shooting star, and so that's kind of where the idea for this came from. Not to mention that one of our favorite activities is to just sit on the back porch in the evening and look up at the night sky and see all the stars. So I'll show you this. And then, of course, check this out. This is my wedding album. So I'll show you that too. So let me show you first quickly how I made the card. And then, of course, I do have here my host code, 9RTAB3ZU. I actually have an online party going on right now. I forgot my phone folder here. See if I can grab that. I still had stuff packed up from my workshop yesterday afternoon because I did that at a hostess's home. All right, so I've got Rich Razzleberry as my card base. So 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I've got Night of Navy, and that's 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm gonna tape this down. So once I came up with a concept for this card, it actually came together pretty quickly. All right, sorry, that's a little crooked there. But yeah, so I have an online party going on. I do have a private group for customers there if you would like to check that out. I've got the link there on my Facebook page, but it's Just Be Creative Cardiology, the Stampers, Scrappers, and Paper Crafters group. And then I've got here a piece of the Sia Silhouette Designer Series paper. This paper is included in the buy 3 get 1 free, and I deliberately put this little section of lighter sky up here in the corner because that's where I want to stamp my heart. Let me just show you. This is the all the patterns here in the Sia Silhouette paper pack, and some of the ladies yesterday were telling me at the workshop that this paper kind of intimidated them because it's so bold and it has so many bright colors. Which is funny because that's really what draws me to the paper, because it's so versatile and it's so many colors that you can really pair anything with it and it will turn out beautifully. But I love that a lot of these papers have the look of the watercolor crystals, but using the paper you get that beautiful look. It's uniform and there's no mess. So yeah, no mess is good for me. All right, so I thought too these colors kind of went a little bit with my wedding color was Victorian, I called it Victorian lilac, and vanilla, or like off-white. I liked that kind of the vintage look, and we don't really have a Stampin' Up color that totally matches. When I first joined Stampin' Up, goodness, 13 years ago, one of the colors, new in colors that we had back then was Vintage Violet, and I love the name of that. That was actually pretty close. We also had a Perfect Plum and a Pale Plum, and so all three of those colors kind of worked, and I'm excited that Stampin' Up, that we now have this Purple Posy color that's come out, because it's very similar to the Pale Plum that we had in the past, and it works really good with my wedding colors. In fact, I did pretty good. I've actually kind of got a Purple Posy shirt on today, and I forgot to show you, my husband got me these really pretty earrings that I'm wearing that are kind of an amethyst color. So what I did, you saw me, I stamped the Modern Heart using the Night of Navy ink pad, and then I paired the boy and the girl here from Sia Silhouette. I mounted them on the same block, and that way I was able to stamp them kind of down. I didn't put them all the way down because I am going to put my sentiment down here. I wanted a little room for that. Okay, so Modern Heart, and then the boy and the girl from Silhouette Scenes. I'm gonna just clean these off quick. And then I'll stamp my True North sentiment from the Come Sail Away stamp set, also in Night of Navy. And I'm gonna do that on a little strip of white. So this is, oh, I got ink all over me. Always happens when I stamp. But it was perfect. This is just a 3/4 inch scrap of Whisper White. So if you're a paper hoarder like me, I do tend to save those little pieces. Oh, perfect, yay. You never know when you're stamping something so skinny like that if it's gonna come out straight. So I'm really pleased with that. And then for the inside, I have the I Just Love You and the Little Heart. These are also from the Modern Heart set here. And those I would stamp on a piece. I had stamped them on Whisper White here on the inside of my card. So I didn't actually cut a piece of Whisper White. I don't have that handy, so I'll leave that for later. But I'll close that ink pad before I get it. Hopefully I didn't get it on my shirt. This is why I usually don't stamp with light colors. There is a fruit fly around here too. So I'm going to adhere this a little bit to a little strip of Night of Navy. This is just a little scrap piece too. So it's about 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches wide. So 0.75 by 4. Oops, it's a little crooked. So I'm gonna peel that off just a little bit. Okay, because I want it to have a little border there. All right, so that came out pretty good. Use some dimensionals for the back. All right, so Nancy is also stamping. Wonderful activity for this beautiful afternoon. I've got all the windows open and I can hear the leaves rustling on the trees, and oh, I smudged it a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna put that right down here. And then because this is supposed to be a starry night sky, I'm going to use some, oh, maybe that's where it came from. All right, I'm gonna use some rhinestones on here to bling this up a little bit. All right. So I'll use these little ones to accent our words here. think those are about even. All right, and then I'm gonna do small, medium, and large on my heart, on the big heart here. And then a little one. Yeah, just kind of put them all around. All right, so I've got those. And then, of course, we wanna, that's not sparkly enough. I wanna add a little bit more pizzazz. So I have my Wink of Stella. This is the clear Wink of Stella. I just wanted a little bit of, I'm gonna just test it. Okay, we're good there. And what I did was I just traced all the lines around here. So it doesn't matter if you're completely exact. You can do the outline and then all the big lines. I do try to, we kind of go all in one direction first so we don't miss any, and then we can do the others. It does buckle the paper just a little bit, but yeah, it dries pretty good there. Make sure we've got them all. Okay, you can tell me if I missed any here, but I think I got them. And that just adds a little bit. Oh, there we go. If I get the light at the right angle, you can see the sparkle on there. So I was really pleased that this all came together. These stamp sets that you might not have thought to pair together, but I thought they came out super cute. So definitely leave me a comment if you have someone who is your true north that you would love to send a card to. Leave me a comment of who you would then send this to, and I'll do a drawing next week for one of these cards. So I'm gonna clear my stamp space here for the moment and see if I can show you. You know, I'm gonna wash my hands just quick because if I'm turning pages in my album, I don't want to get ink on my album pages, so just wash that quick to make sure they, looks like some of that's not going to come off right away, but at least it's not going to transfer onto my album pages. So this was the album that I started 18 years ago, because I had that like Victorian vintagey look going on. That's what I kind of had, this embossed look. I really love this album. All right, I'm gonna move things out of the way so I can turn the pages here. But this was our wedding party. We were all so young. I had the cutest little girls in there. And whoops, see if I can turn this. So back in 2001, look how young we were. Oh my goodness. I even had my hair in an updo, like back in the Victorian era. And so, yeah, I'll move this here. Oh, hey Dad, how are ya? Or maybe that's Mom, they share an account. So I was just showing everybody a little bit of my wedding album. So back then I did not know anything about Stampin' Up, so I just used all kinds of shades of purple and different floral things. So it is fun to look back and be like, oh my goodness. That's one of the things I love about Stampin' Up is everything coordinates so perfectly. So here, that was our wedding dance and the table with the picture. We had these beautiful purple roses, and actually for the girls' bouquets, we had picked flowers. We didn't exactly have hydrangeas. Hydrangeas aren't in season really around here in September. This is one of my best friends. She flew up from Georgia for the wedding. And the girls. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Yeah, these were sweet little. It was a family, had 3 daughters, and they were the cutest there at our wedding. Of course, cutting the cake. So I even had a friend made the cake, and we had little purple flowers, like little violets, all over the cake. But the main bouquet flowers were we used snowball bush which is kind of like a hydrangea, but it's white clusters of flowers. This was my brother. Even the guys had these like lilac purple vests on. This is pre-water bucket challenge, but my brother got dunked at the end of the reception when everything was done. Our family pictures. This is my husband's family and his two of his grandparents. And then my family here. So kind of a cool little thing. The year we got married was my parents had celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary that July. My grandparents had celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary the previous December. And if my great grandparents had still been alive, it would have been their 75th wedding. So it was just kind of somehow we all managed every 25 years. Each generation was 25 years apart and getting married. So I thought that was kind of cool. And this is my family with my grandparents and my grandmother there on my dad's side. So this was our lovely friend Carmelita. She had done the flowers for us. So you can see we had the white, it was the snowball bushes, and then we had some of the purple flowers in there were butterfly bush. And then for the bouquets, we had roses and, the other little purple, they're like roses, but the name is not coming to me at the moment. But anyways, so this is as far as we did. We got married outside in a gazebo. This was from a rehearsal. And I still have pages to finish. Here we are 18 years later. I have all the supplies. It's just one of those things that the years get away from us, right? How many unfinished projects or what does it say? The phrase goes, I'm working on my PhD, my project's half done. Yeah, I have a lot of those. I think we all do. I've made several gift albums for friends, for their weddings and showers, and it's weddings and babies and all of that, but my album's still not done, right? That's the way it goes when when we do our own projects. But anyways, I appreciate you watching those with me and kind of take a look at that. It was something pretty personal to me. And again, these are some of the papers here that are included on sale this month. Come Sail Away, Magnolia Lane, Garden Lane, Follow Your Art, Woven Threads. I love this. This has all the new in colors, including the Purple Posy, Dino Roar, Bird Ballad, Pressed Petals. This is the specialty paper. You actually get 24 sheets of this paper. Perennial Essence. And yeah, the Shoemaker's Kids Go Barefoot, right? And yeah, anybody that has their own business, it seems like their projects are always the last to be done. And this is a silhouette that we use today. And again, those are buy 3 get 1 free. I do have a special going on with my online party here through this weekend, that if you place a $50 order, then you'll get a package of the new holiday rhinestones, which are packed up in my workshop bag there. And then, of course, you get a spot on my 50/50 board, which I need to do the drawing for that. I need to keep filling that in. I need to do the drawing for that. So I'll have to pop back on because I do have one row filled. So I'm going to announce a winner of a $50 shopping spree as well as a half price item. So your name will go on that. Once I fill in the board, then I'm doing a drawing for the $70 value project kit that's in the holiday catalog. And then if you place a $75 order with me, then you also get one of my card kits. It's a project kit that I've designed that makes 8 cards. And so I have a couple of Come Sail Away kits left. Let me see here, I'll show you so I have a couple of Come Sail Away. I have a few of the Magnolia Lane, and I have several of the pressed petals. This was actually one of my favorite classes that I did. So with a $75 order, you'll get the project kit for that free too. So thank you guys so much. If you have any questions or anything, just feel free to message me, and of course, share the love by sharing this video with your crafty friends. All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.